The laughter hit me first, sharp and collective, rippling across the terrace like a wave I couldn't outrun. I stood frozen under the string lights, my left hand still suspended in the air where Clarissa had dropped it moments before. 300 pairs of eyes bored into me, social media influencers with flawless makeup, lifestyle bloggers already tapping notes into their phones, even the local news crew swinging their camera our way. Sensing fresh drama, the Carneros region sprawled below us, vineyards glowing golden in the fading light, infinity pools shimmering like they belonged in a luxury magazine spread. Everything about this engagement party screamed curated perfection, down to the eucalyptus garlands and artisanal cocktails named after Clarissa's favorite hashtags. Costco grade bling, Clarissa had declared, her stage whisper carrying perfectly to every corner. You can see the cloudiness from here, sweetie. It's fine for everyday wear, I suppose, but you absolutely cannot stand next to me at my wedding wearing that. It'll throw off the entire aesthetic. Maybe we can rent you something that photographs better. Heat crawled up my neck as the crowd tittered. Someone's flash popped. My sister, in her flowing designer gown that probably cost more than my annual salary, patted my cheek like I was a child. Your little nonprofit boyfriend tried his best, but we have standards here in our circle. She floated away, pivoting seamlessly into a pitch for her online Elevate Your Life course about luxury and taste, leaving me alone in a circle of poorly hidden smirks and whispers. My name is Alana West, 34 years old, communications director for a nonprofit in Portland focused on financial literacy for immigrant women. Crafting messages of empowerment and dignity was my daily work. Yet here I was, publicly diminished by the one person who should have had my back. The ring on my finger, a vintage Art Deco piece with a rare natural blue diamond, had been Eli's proposal gift after months of searching estate sales and private collections. Its value lay in its story, a survivor piece from a woman who escaped Europe during dark times, passed down through generations. But to them, it was fake, cheap, unworthy. I stayed another 20 minutes, smiling thinly, pretending the humiliation hadn't landed. Then I slipped out to the parking lot, heels crunching on gravel. My sensible Honda waited among Teslas and Mercedes. Driving into the night, the fairy lights fading in my rear view. I didn't cry. Tears had been wasted on Clarissa's cruelties too many times before. Growing up as Clarissa's younger sister meant living in her glittering shadow. Our childhood home in Marin County became her first stage at age 12 when she converted the garage into a content studio. By 15, brand deals poured in. Our parents beamed at country club dinners about her success, while my perfect report cards earned polite nods at best. Why can't you be more like your sister? Mom would sigh. Dad called my community development work a quirky hobby. They skipped my presentations and galas, too boring, too earnest. The gap widened when I started dating Eli 2 years ago, a tech entrepreneur and lawyer I met at a climate summit. Clarissa interrogated. Stealth mode company? No Instagram? Red flag. Our parents worried he was after a non-existent trust fund Clarissa had already claimed. Last Thanksgiving, with Eli in Singapore, Clarissa spun tales of my imaginary boyfriend, and the family laughed along. Even relatives I'd helped. I drove back to Portland that night, defeated. Eli proposed 3 months ago with the ring. I kept it quiet, sharing only with close friends. But Clarissa found out through mutual contact and demanded I join her wedding party for optics. I agreed, as always staying small, letting her shine. In the parking lot, something shifted. They assumed quiet meant weak. They had no idea about Eli. I called him despite the time difference to Tokyo. How was the party? His warm voice grounded me. She called my ring fake in front of 300 people and a news crew. Silence. Then, tell me everything. I did.
Clinically.
When finished, he repeated Costco-grade bling slowly. Asked about her fiancé Bradford Whitman at Pinnacle Partners seeking Series B funding on his calendar. Then oddly, had Clarissa used my name for anything? Library cards in college. Utilities in her first apartment. He mentioned routine due diligence by his chief legal officer Diane Marquez, former prosecutor. I'm not angry, I said. Just tired. He gently noted Bully's count on exhaustion. You want to be seen. Maybe it's time. We talked more, his meetings. Our nonprofit partnership approved for $20 million over 5 years. Tears came then, from being valued for my real work. The ring's history moved me. Holocaust survivor. Generational heirloom. By my apartment, I felt centered. Diane called soon after. Identity protection issues with my sister. The weeks blurred into a quiet storm of planning. Eli's instincts proved sharp. Diane's digging uncovered patterns. Clarissa had opened credit cards. Utilities. Even a car lease in my name without consent. Maxing them out and defaulting. Federal offenses. But family had enabled it. Parents knew fragments but looked away. Prioritizing her empire. I stayed in Portland, focusing on work. The Morrison Foundation's micro-lending program for women gained traction. Eli's firm approved the impact investment, validating years of quiet effort. Meanwhile, Clarissa's wedding loomed in Malibu. Cliffside venue with Pacific backdrop. Live-streamed. Drone-filmed spectacle. I arrived deliberately late. Missing photos but entering in a custom midnight blue gown Eli insisted on. Armor for the lion's den. Hair up. Showing Harry Winston earrings. Mom rushed over. You look different. Old money poise. Not flashy. The ceremony was pure Clarissa. 7-tier cake. Greek god servers. Molecular gastronomy. Outfit changes documented under trending hashtag. At the reception, she cornered me at the bar. Air-kissed. Careful with lipstick. You clean up nice. Rental jewelry worked. She grabbed the mic. Let's compare rings. Everyone. Her 5-carat Tiffany cushion cut gleamed. Mine's insured for more than most cars. She seized my hand. And this is Alana's suite. Vintage. Alternative. A voice cut through. Actually, that's a natural blue diamond. Probably 1920s. 3 times the value of yours. A man in Tom Ford suit, Bradford's colleague. Jeweler cousin examined with loupe. Museum quality. Rare fancy blue. Crowd murmured. He recognized me. Alana West from Morrison Foundation. Subject of his MBA thesis on community bond microlending reducing defaults. Then Eli arrived with suited companions. Presence commanding the room. Kissed me. Tokyo ran long. Introduced as Eli Rothschild of Merrick Whitmore and Associates. Name rippled. Bradford paled. Eli coolly noted Pinnacle's bridge funding meeting postponed due to regulatory concerns. Identity questions in credit usage. Diane appeared. Unauthorized platinum Amex in my name. Defaulted 3 years ago. Music stopped. Cameras rolled. Clarissa's face cycled shock. Eli steered me to terrace. They wanted a show. Overdue. He promised protection, not punishment. I questioned necessity, but saw his point, seeing me finally. Post-wedding. Cease and desist landed Monday morning. Press release announced $200 million fund for women's social enterprises. Morrison as primary partner. Me as executive director of social impact. Investigation into Pinnacle revealed irregularities. Making investors nervous. Clarissa called ragged. What have you done? Credit card was helping build credit. Threatened to expose Eli bullying. I countered. Identity theft is federal crime. No apology. Just protection. News broke noon. My LinkedIn surged. Messages from entrepreneurs. Viral TikTok showed Bradford's honeymoon call, face crumpling as funding pulled. Clarissa demanding answers. Commentary. Marry for money, but mess with wrong sister. Brands reassessed. Parents called Thursday. Saw Forbes. Wanted to visit. Meet team. Did you have to involve lawyers? Clarissa's breaking down. Family doesn't steal, I said. Silence confirmed they knew fragments. They admitted investing in her ventures. Using my inheritance share as collateral for Mendocino property 5 years ago for her beauty line. Thought she'd succeed and buy you out. Get out, I said quietly. Blocked numbers.
Chose my life.
The viral video exploded Tuesday from a private Discord for influencers. Then everywhere. Clarissa. In a paid subscriber live stream. Wine-slurred rant. Parents broke. Bet everything on her because I was aggressively average. Poverty tourism charity work. Group chat, Alana alert, mocking my fashion. Spent my inheritance on failed beauty line. 27,000 units in Riverside warehouse causing breakouts. Never told me. Aggressively average trended, but women shared overlooked sibling stories. My foundation site crashed from traffic. We launched Aggressively Average Excellence campaign highlighting unglamorous real change work. Raised more than her beauty line ever did. Brands flocked to us. Vogue wanted feature on sister, who built empire without Instagram. Diane called. Warehouse leased in my name via forged signature. $400,000 back rent. Landlords suing, my credit targeted. More forgeries uncovered. Mail redirects. Variations of info. We filed everything. Criminal charges pursued. News outlets ran. Influencer empire built on sister's stolen identity. Clarissa's tearful apology video failed against screenshots. Old mocking posts. Evidence. Security called during board meeting. Woman in lobby claiming sister. Upset. Clarissa waited in atrium. Wrinkled designer clothes. Streaked makeup. Mirroring my party humiliation. Please. 5 minutes.
We sat on marble bench.
I'm sorry. For all of it. Which part? Everything. I didn't think you mattered enough. She lost everything. Verified status. Diamond Circle refunds. Bradford annulment for fraud. I stood. You feared ordinary. Build something real without stealing. Don't contact again. Left her there. Elevator rising. Family chains dissolved. 6 months later. Handwritten apology email arrived, 3 pages. Detailed every cruelty. Theft. Self-prioritization without excuses. Enrolled in community college. Worked nonprofit aiding fraud recovery victims. Studio apartment near warehouse. You are never average. Too real for us to see. Forwarded to Eli. She's becoming a person. Responded 1 paragraph. Acknowledged ring but finally me. Wished peace. Closure. Blocked address. Forbes featured. Woman who built quiet power. Desk photo with bay view. Quoted lessons learned. Momentum launched programs. Funded innovations. Our small private wedding that spring. Eli's grandmother gave simple gold band worn through depression and war. Slipped next to Art Deco ring, 2 survivor pieces. Mendocino property returned legally. Donated as retreat for women post-financial abuse. Parents' wedding card returned unopened. Standing in my office now. San Francisco skyline waking. Ring catching morning light, throwing genuine rainbows. Assistant knocks. Tokyo team on line 1. Times once quote on new initiative. Work continues real legacies, not likes. Reflecting on Napa night. Clarissa's cruelty unlocked freedom. Labeled fake forced proving real. Assistant brings updates. Foundation growth exponential. Revolutionary models praised. Parents' attempts at reconciliation failed. Their card ignored. I chose unburdened future. Eli and I built home together. Silent phone now, no crises. The email's closure allowed forward movement. Her new life in Riverside. Real work ironically mirroring mine. Brought ironic peace. Campaign success. Donations flooded. Women entrepreneurs connected. Aggressively average became movement celebrating substance over spectacle. Legal resolutions. Charges filed. Pinnacle scrutiny intensified. More firms reviewing ties. Clarissa's management resigned. Retreats canceled. In quiet moments, I ponder family choices, favoring flash over foundation. Their investments in her fantasies drained resources, while I built from studio apartments. 70-hour weeks.
Now.
Executive role positions me influencing real change, microlending expansions. Immigrant women empowerment scaling nationally. Wedding memories linger warmly. Intimate ceremony. Grandmother's band symbolizing endurance. Art Deco ring. Once mocked. Now emblem of resilience. Mendocino retreat thrives. Hosting survivors. Irony sweet. Forbes line resonates. While sister built following. I built future. Grateful for lessons. Even painful ones. Phone buzzes with positive updates, partnerships, testimonials. I turn from window. Ready. The ring gleams authentically. Never needed her belief. Found my own. Years of invisibility flipped overnight into visibility with price tag. But I knew truth. Value is always there. Just unseen until spotlight forced acknowledgement. Clarissa's downfall accelerated post-video. Brands dropped swiftly. Algorithms punishing scandal. Bradford's professional collapse. Firm irregularities mounting. Confrontation in lobby marked end of obligation. Her broken appearance echoed my past pain. But empathy didn't demand reconnection. Built something real required no theft. Apology email. Painstakingly handwritten. Recognized patterns, making my life rough draft. Empire on my foundation while calling boring. Community college. Fraud recovery nonprofit work showed growth. My response sought closure. Not reconciliation. Both deserved unburdened paths. Forbes cover solidified role. Quiet power architect. Bay glittering behind desk photo symbolized horizon ahead. New initiatives. Funding innovations changing measurable lives. Movement grew from campaign. Highlighting real workers. Parents ignored card closed door gently but firmly. Eli's support unwavering. Partnership. Legal armor. Emotional anchor. Terrace sunsets over bay ground us. Rings rainbows daily remind. Genuine. Earned. Assistance knock signals ongoing work. Tokyo call. Times quote. I answer. Turning from window. Legacies build through substance. Napa's humiliation catalyzed everything. Mocked ring revealed truths. Authenticity prevails. Cruelty rebounds. Family can fracture, yet individuals rise. What would I change? Nothing. Lessons forge strength. Question lingers ethically. When does protection become justice? When silence enables harm. Speaking through action. Law. Self-belief becomes necessity. My aggressively average life proved extraordinary. Real empire stands. Thank you for journey.